Review in 5 minutes. Hello. In the 5-minute review, the plot thickens lands. The Plot Thickens is a storytelling game for quick-thinking, imaginative folks just like you and your friends. The object is to take your hand of story cards, people, places and things, and lay out the tale of your character and their fate. You'll earn plot points for every card you use to build your story, and every time you interweave with others' narratives. The storyteller with the most points gets to craft the ending as main character, while the person who connected the most to their cards gets to name the epic as the author. What will your story be? Separate all the card by type. Shuffle and place the 3 decks in the center play area. Each player choose a color and places all of the plot point tokens of that color into their personal supply. Decide how many chapters you would like to play. A short story is 3 chapters. It takes about 20 minutes. 6 chapters about 60 minutes. Deal 3 person cards to each player, then choose 1 card. This will be a character for the game. Place your chosen card face down in front of you. You will reveal it during your first turn. Deal 1 person cards, 2 place cards, 2 thing cards to each player. Keep these hidden and in your hand, but you may look at them. The player who most recently finished reading a book goes first. In each turn or chapter, you will use card from your hand to tell a story. You may use the words literally or figurative and use any number of the cards in your hand. As you tell your take, place cards down as you say them in the order they came up in the story. Once you are out of cards or ideas, say meanwhile. To pass the turn on to the next player. Take 1 plot point token form you supply for each card you played and put them next to your character card. Be sure to keep your earned token separate from your supply so you know how many you have to use. The goal of the first turn is to lay the groundwork for the story, so you don't need to worry about connecting to one another or using plot points until later chapter. Thicken the plot. This is the main goal of the game. Use other players' cards by incorporating that person, place or thing into your story. When you use a word played by another player, put one of your earned plot points on the right area of their card. Plot point placed on the other player's cards are what determine the winners at the end of game. Continue taking turns until you have reached the chosen number of chapters. In your last chapter, try use as many of your earned plot points as you can. Don't try to wrap up the story too much in your last chapter. That will be the main character's job. When the final chapter is completed, count the plot points. In the Sci-Fi edition, you'll explore strange place, meet weird aliens, and blast your way through asteroids. The different genres of the Plot Thickens can be combined to increase the player count and give you more story options. In the Plot Thickens, players tell an improvised story from a hand of 5-word cards, each representing person, place or thing. The object of the game is to collaborate and connect stories as much as possible using plot points that are earned by playing each card. At the end of the game, the player who connected the most decides how the story ends, while the player with the most connections to their cards gets to choose a name for the story. My rating on BGG in the family game category is 8.0. I highly recommend the game, especially for a group of science fiction enthusiasts. It's a great and fast-paced party game for friends.